As regarding law of property, already we have discussed 48 questions, so they are relevant answers, and at present now we'll discuss question number 49, which asks explain redeem of Hercules down. So the very maxim that redeem of Hercules down, to answer it, we have to examine the provisions of Section 91 and Section 94 of the Transfer of Property Act. So, as per Section 91, persons to institute a suit for redemption or other than the mortgagee having an interest in the mortgage property, so also the security for the payment of the mortgage given by the person, so also any creditor of the mortgagor, and as relating to the rule that redemption extinguishes the mortgage property, we found where redemption effected by other than the mortgagor, so also the co-mortgagor redeems the property, so also prior mortgagee purchased the equity of redemption, so also the fourth one, mortgage are creating a second mortgage. So now we'll discuss in detail the very provisions of Section 91, which gives a subsequent mortgagee a right to redeem a prior mortgagee, and Section 94 gives a prior mortgage a right for foreclose, that we would like to discuss in our second paragraph, and that is to deprive of the right of redemption of the prior mortgage. So, in other words, a prior mortgage can foreclose subsequent mortgage, while subsequent mortgagee can redeem prior mortgage. Foreclosure is downwards, while redemption is upwards. So, in that connection, we would like to discuss an important illustration, and in that illustration, first A mortgage X property to B, then in second instance A again mortgage the X property to C, and in the third instance again A mortgage the X property to D. So you have to find out the very solution to this particular problem, and that's the solution that we found. C is the assignee of part of the right of redemption of A against B, and has therefore the right to redeem B. D is also the assignee of the part of redemption of A against B and C, and therefore D can redeem both B and C. In other words, since C's mortgage is subject to B's, she has a right to wipe off the encumbrance, and D's mortgage is subject to C's and B's. D has the right to pay off C and D. This is redeem off. There is no redeem down. That is, a prior mortgagee has no right to pay off a subsequent mortgagee. He can simply foreclose or deprive the right of redemption of a subsequent mortgage. We can foreclose A, and as part of A's right of redemption has been transferred to C. So we can foreclose C and D or both. This is the familiar rule. Foreclose down. So, as provided under article under section 94 of the Transfer of Property Act, so the very question that is explained redeem of foreclose down, as we have discussed, as to relating the provisions of section 91 and section 94 of the Transfer of Property Act, and as relating to redeem of as under section 91 of Transfer of Property Act, the persons to institute a suit for redemption could be other than the mortgagee having an interest in the mortgage property. So also the security paid for of an mortgage by any person. So also any creditor of the mortgage. And when the very rule that extinguishes redemption of the mortgage property, that also we have discussed as relating to what the redemption effected by other than the mortgager, and also when the co-mortgager redeems the property, so also prior mortgagee purchases the equity of redemption, and the fourth one when mortgager creating a second mortgage, and the very rule that the maxim deals that for foreclose is downwards while redemption is upwards. And in that connection, the very illustration that we have discussed as A, the mortgager first mortgage the X property to B, then in subsequently A, the same mortgager mortgages the same X property to C. So also in the third instance, A, the same mortgager mortgages the same property X to D. So, in applying the very rule that foreclosure is downwards and redemption is upwards, we have decided the very problem with the solution regarding C's right to redeem B. D can redeem both B and C. So also A prior mortgagee has no right to pay off a subsequent mortgage, he can only simply foreclose as per the maxim or the rule that foreclosure is downwards, redemption is upwards. So, in our next upcoming video, we'll discuss question number 50, and that question number 50 asks define charges and their enforceability in India. Distinguish charges from mortgage and lien as provided under Section 100 of Transfer of Property Act.